Yo, good evening guys, another day off and another thing of making the protein pancakes up. It's not such a glamorous lifestyle and you're constantly just making up the foods ready for the following week, This is like basically about an hour almost of my life taken up by just doing this to get this stuff ready. This is the one that's going to be ready for us to basically put my stuff in shortly. It's all ready for my breakfast tomorrow. But this is the glamour of the lifestyle you lead, when you want to be in good shape and you want to be thinking, you've got to constantly be preparing foods and getting ready for what's ahead. So that's what I'm doing again. I hope you guys enjoy your days. I'll catch you soon.
Don't you wanna learn to deal with fear? Don't you wanna take the wheel and steer? Don't you wait another minute here? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for?
We'll go here's a sort of another job that again ain't glamorous, doesn't show a thing to the lifestyle, but it's another necessity when you aren't making the money and you aren't given these stuff like protein bars and that for free by the companies, but you have to make your own protein bars up, and they have to be basically, once they've been made, which I made these obviously the other day. Sorry, you won't be able to see anything at the moment, I'm just busy basically cutting one and getting it ready to go. And yeah, it's not glamorous, they don't look great compared to the ones that you'll get in the shops, but yeah, they taste great. Don't get me wrong, I think to me, to be honest with you, I pretty love these things. The homemade ones, and I've got to individually wrap each one, so I've got like cling film here, and again this can take us a good hour plus to do because each one has to be wrapped individually to keep them fresh, otherwise they'll just end up going off quite quickly, because obviously I don't have loads of room in the fridge to leave them in the baking tray that's over here. So yeah, each one has to be wrapped in cling film, and it's a slow and very boring process. So what I've got at the minute, which obviously you can't hear because I'm busy using my camera to film this, but I've actually just got some music on playing in the background on my camera. So when I switch this recording off and put my camera back on again, put my music back on again, that's what I'll be doing. I'll just be listening to whatever music I happen to be listening to at the time. But so you've got to cut these into bars, and I'm cutting them slightly smaller because of the size of my baking tray. They're the same thickness as the bars you would buy in the shops, but that's not quite as long. But in mine I would probably find there'll be more protein in them because I make them myself, so there'll probably be more protein in them. I'll be putting them into MyFitnessPal soon to find exactly how much protein to fat ratio I've got, because these ones I have had to go at reducing the fat content in them. So hopefully there'll be a little bit less fat in these compared to what there was in the last lot that I made. But there you go, this is another thing that just shows you, that if you're not getting these things from the supplement companies, which is not a lot of people do, considering how many you probably think do, this probably isn't anywhere near that amount that is getting them from the supplement companies. This is what you've got to go through, if you're young and still living at home and you've got plenty of money coming in, you don't have to worry about this so much. You can probably afford to buy them and enjoy them from the supplement companies. But when you work for a living for somebody else, you're not working for yourself. I work for Royal Mail, so it's not like I've got a huge income coming in. This is the type of thing you've got to do, to keep the money down. I've got a wife and kids to support, they've got to eat as well, so I've got to do a lot of this stuff on the cheap, and this is how I do it, making my own, and then have to spend the time doing this. So my day off isn't spent all day doing the things I enjoy doing what I want to do. It can be spent literally prepping foods up and getting them ready to thingy, doing me cookies, doing me protein bars, putting them into thingies, making me pancakes up like what I've done before. This one still has to be made up ready for tomorrow for my breakfast. That is, that can be the life. It's boring. It's not exciting as what some of these YouTubers are showing life to be. If you're one of the lucky ones that can make it and do well at it and have a great job, even that can afford to be able to buy all these supplements and buy all these foods and look great with it, freaking great, that's amazing. I wouldn't be jealous, because I would be slightly jealous of the fact that I'm having to work damned hard to try and get into shape. But I can honestly say, good luck to you. If you can do it. Oh, yeah, that's amazing. You want to go for it. And if you can live the dream, live it. This isn't exactly my dream. I won't say I've given up on my dreams, because I haven't. You can always, doesn't matter what age you are, you can always turn around. If it's meant to be, it will be. If it's not, then it won't, regardless of what you do. You can put your all into it, you can put everything into it. If it is meant to be for you, then it will. If it's not, then I'm afraid, regardless, it won't. But you can give it your all to try and make sure that you at least get as close as possible to what you want in life. I have a big feeling that your life is already mapped out there for you. It's already, I think, just ready for you to stumble upon these different paths in life. Some people believe that you have a choice. You'll come to a path and there'll be a decision to make. Do I go this way or do I go that way? And if that's what you believe, that's great. My personal thing is that whatever path you are meant to choose, whatever path you are meant to choose is the path you will choose. It's not exactly the biggest choice in the world, and you will technically go where it was you were meant to go. And that's just my sort of take on it. I don't think it's sort of hard to dispute it when whatever happens. You can't disprove it by saying, well, no, because I was going to take this path and that's where it would have led us. Well, no, whatever path you took because that's what you were meant to take, and that's all there is to it. You can have the illusion of choice, or maybe it is still sort of a choice which path you take, but it doesn't matter which path you take, you will end up where you're meant to end up. You will end up doing whatever it is you're meant to be doing. Whether it's something you wanted to do or whether it's something you didn't want to do, it doesn't really make much difference. You will end up doing whatever it is that's already mapped out there for you. Being a postman isn't exactly what I had in mind for myself, and if I'm doing this till I retire, then I'm doing this till I retire. It's just the way it was meant to be. If my life changes course, which I would love it to do, and I would hope it would do, and I'm still taking steps forward towards that happening, I've said before, I'm a sort of extremely shy sort of guy. I don't think that this is more open than you'll ever find me being. I don't tend to really be that type of a guy that goes around sharing a lot of things, because it's just tends to be not the way I am. I've always been quite a person that keeps themselves to themselves. So to even share this thought process with you and give you an inkling into the way I think is a big deal for me. I'm hoping I don't get too many nasty comments, because I will just block them, even though I haven't got that many people watching this in the first place. I will just block people if they start giving nasty comments, because everybody has their own right to believe what they want to believe. You know, I dare say, you know, that people aren't going to agree with us, and I dare say there's going to be a lot of other people that will agree with us. That's your choice. Yeah, it's got nothing to do with me what your choice is. That's my choice, that's my belief structure. You know, and things change from time to time. I mean, I dare say I didn't believe this thing when I was a lot younger. And maybe as I get older, something will come along that may change my mind again and change my belief structure again. Beliefs aren't set in stone. Nothing is set in stone. You know, neurolinguistic programming has shown that time and time again that nothing is set in stone. Things can always change. Ideals can always change. Your philosophies on life can change. Anything that you hold dear to yourself can change in a blinking of an eye if there's just the right stimulus there to change it. So, you know, don't get trapped on thinking things are one way and that's it. Because that's just not the case. You know, things can change. People can change. Lives can change. It can all change in the blink of an eye. It just depends on when you're ready to believe something different, or if there's something comes along to make you believe something different. But that's enough of that thing. I know I'm probably going in and out of the bloody camera here, but like I say, I'm trying to get this job done and just sharing with you a little bit of my thought process while we're gone. It's helping to sort of relieve the boredom of doing this job. A lot of you may think to yourself, well, freaking, why are you doing it? It's because it needs to be done. Yeah, who else is going to do it? I'm going to do it for myself, you know. I don't have people to do this for me. It's like, you know, when I'd film, I don't have somebody filming us. I'm not one of these rich YouTube stars. You know, I'm not a Chris Guzman or out like that. I'm literally me, and I do this for myself. I'm at the minute, because I can't afford to buy a new vlogging camera at the minute, I'm having to use my phone, so I can't even see at the minute what the hell I'm recording. I may be totally out of focus. I may not even be in the shot for all I know. All I've got is a program somewhere towards myself, and hoping that it's getting it in, and hoping that you're getting a fair idea of, you know, what I'm doing, and hopefully being able to hear us clear enough. But that's just my philosophy on that. That's one of my philosophies on life. One of the other ideas that I wanted to share with you was your thought process and your focus of attention. Is probably the better way of putting it. Because if your focus of attention, I've done one on the Instagram channel where I had took a picture, and you can go look at it. It's up there. And I took a picture of a sunshine breaking through some really dense dark clouds, and I just basically asked the question, you know, what do you see? Do you see the light shining on through, or do you see the dark clouds above? Because wherever your focus of attention is on a regular basis is what you're going to have in life. It's what you're going to get in life. You know, if your focus of attention is on the bad, on the negative, you're going to see a lot of negative. You're going to have a lot of negatives in your life. Not because you've got any more negatives going on in your life than anybody else has, but that's just because that's where your focus of attention is. You know, your focus of attention is on the negatives, and so that's what your whole mind will separate things out for. It will start looking for the negatives to prove that you are right. It doesn't want you to be wrong. Your unconscious mind is there to work with you, so it will look for everything that it can to prove to you yourself that you were right, to thinking like that way. That's, you know, that is life. You know, an old adage that I read about a long time ago was, you can have two people go to the same party, together. And if one person's outlook is, oh, parties, there's always fights going on, there's always so much happening, there's always this crappy thing going on, then that's what you're going to think, that's what you're going to see. If your attitude is, oh, parties are amazing, you just have such great fun, you know, there's always people having a good drink, a good laugh, there's people on the dance floor having a wild time, you know, it's just amazing. Again, you're going to filter for that things, and you're going to see only that. You won't see the fight going on that the other person that's with you spotted. You know, you won't see the orgy-porgies or anything else like that that's happening in the background. The jealousy that's going on, that people are fighting over, oh, I want to talk to this person, I'm going to be with this person, I want to dance with this person, or anything like that. All they'll see is the thing, where's the other person seeing all that stuff? It all goes down to where your focus of attention lies. And it's like everything else though, it can be changed. Your focus of attention can be changed. It isn't set in stone. It's like everything, nothing is set in stone. You can change it. The hardest part about changing it is actually just spotting that you're doing it, that you have got a negative outlook. Because most people don't want to think of themselves as having a negative outlook. But once you can spot that you have, and that you are being negative, that's the first and the hardest step. Because after that, you can then go in and start reworking your brain and saying, you know what it is, what I'm doing is wrong, what I'm doing is thingy. I don't want to think like this anymore. I want to see the good stuff. I want to be able to see that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, that there is some great things can be done, fun can be had. And that's when you'll start to filter differently. It's just a case of spotting it first. And that is the hardest part. It really is. And it takes a bit of practice and it takes a bit of time. But after a short period of time of doing this over and over and over again, it ends up becoming like second nature. I always said that repetition is the mother of skill. You keep on repeating the same thing, you keep on doing the same thing, you're going to get the same result, and you're going to get better at doing that same result. So if that thing that you've done repeatedly is a negative thing, you're going to get bloody good at doing that negative thing regardless. If it's a positive thing, you're going to get bloody good at doing that positive thing. It just literally, it all depends on you, your focus of attention, what you constantly think about, and what you constantly allow to keep running in your brain. It's your brain, you're in charge of it. You just need to spot it, and then when you spot it happening on a regular basis, you can then learn to change it and control it. It is possible to do. I'm not saying it's easy, I'm just saying it's possible. It just takes, like everything else, practice. It's like doing your weight training. You start off, you're small, you're weak, you might feel insignificant, but if you keep at it and you keep doing it, you keep putting out the reps, you keep putting out the thing, you keep putting your all and your effort into it, and what happens? You grow, you get stronger, your muscles become better. And it's the same thing, your brain is the same. Your brain is just like a muscle. You keep working at it, you keep making it do things, and it will get stronger, and it will get better, and it will get faster, and it will literally begin to change and mould, and you will get a better outcome in life. You will get better decision making muscles if you just keep at it all the time, keep working on it, keep spotting when you're making these silly mistakes, when you keep doing these things that aren't getting you the better results. It's like me with me dieting. It's up to me to spot when I'm doing something wrong, when I'm making a mistake, if I'm not putting the right foods into my body. I've been looking at my fats, and I've basically tried to reduce the fats in these things so that I've been taking in a little bit less fat, even though most of it's good fats. I want to take in a little bit less of that fats so that I can save some fats for later on in the day that I can use to enjoy later on. It's it's all about learning to use your own brain and making it work for you instead of against you. You know, it doesn't care which way it works, it just wants to work, and it just does what it's used to doing. Yeah. Nobody likes change, but when you spot that you're doing something over and over again that isn't helping you out, isn't getting you any better, then you can change it. The hardest thing is spotting that you're doing it. Once you can spot that you're doing it, you can change it. It'll take a little bit of time. Sometimes it'll happen like that. Sometimes it'll be a decision that you just go boom and that's it, and you just don't do it again. If you're swearing and cursing at yourself for doing it, you're going to keep on doing it. Generally speaking, a change comes when you can actually find the humour in what you're doing. You know, when you find it funny that you just keep on making that same fucking stupid mistake over and over again, and you end up laughing at yourself for it, it'll change quicker. Yeah, because then it links in your brain. You know, what the hell am I doing? You know, I'm being such a berk. Yeah, I'm doing the same fucking thing over and over again, and I know it's not getting us where I want to be. What am I playing at? So just remember this, guys. Yeah, the lifestyle isn't all glamorous. These things, when you live the life like I do, have to be done. Yeah, a few hours of me morning now out to do it, but it has to be done. Yeah, I can't get anybody else to do it for us. I have to do it for myself. Yeah, it's now done. I now need to just get this thing cleaned up and washed up. And thankfully these are the last things I want to do for the day. Like I say, I'm going to have to do my pancake now and get that ready for tomorrow, and then I can go and find something else to do. I'll probably get my daughter sort herself out and get herself ready, and then we'll probably go out somewhere for a couple of hours, because we have at the minute got some really nice weather. It's not like perfect, but for English weather it's good. Yeah, it's really good. So I'm sorry this video's went on for a bit too long now. I'm going to knock it on the head, because basically about 20 minutes I'll probably try and knock it down if I can, but if not I'll just leave it raw and real, because that's the way I am. And I will talk to you again soon, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Please, if you've enjoyed hearing some of my waffle on, then please put a like on. It might get it out there and get it seen by a few other people. Yeah, so a like, comment if you want, but please be good, be nice, be good. Because if you're not, I will end up blocking you. And subscribe if you're not, because you might find that I'll do more of these and you might enjoy them as well. You might enjoy some of the other things that I do on my channel. Thanks a lot, guys. Really do appreciate it. Cheers. Catch you soon.
The big bad wolf. The big bad wolf.